we go. That makes it a little bit easier, I have to say. So today we are going to talk about turning lookers into bookers and driving some ancillary revenue for the hotels. So I think it's a nice add-on to the previous presentation where we talk about there is more opportunity for revenue. What I'm going to dive in today is basically what you can do for your hotels in order to achieve that. Give you some easy takeaways to look at how you actually drive that extra revenue. So the most successful upselling strategies is not necessarily a transactional based strategy, but it feels more like a personal, and I think we've talked about this a lot today already, a personal enhancement that feels like an extra service to the guest. So I'm just going to cover some key upselling statistics to start with. I'm going to take you through a case study for one of our hotels. I'm going to talk about optimizing the guest journey and some best practices to take away and implement. Before I dive into the stats, I just give you a little bit of background. So I'm area director of marketing for Cycas Hospitality. We manage over 50 hotels, from like boutique hotels, luxury hotels, service apartments, select service hotels. So a wide range of hotels across Europe. And we get the luxury to work with a lot of brands, but also independent hotels across 12 countries. And this allows us a lot of opportunity to exposure to various upselling tools. So we've been testing and working with a lot of tools to kind of gain a good experience on what is working well, what is not working well. Obviously market dependent, but it's, just to kind of give a start for that. So in order to really see what upselling can deliver for hotels, is basically it can deliver up to 25% of additional revenue per guest per stay. If done well, in the pre-arrival upselling converts 2 to 4 times better than the in-booking one. So in-booking is basically a guest books a room on your website, they add on a breakfast, they add on the parking, and they see about it, but they're essentially not so far and have not decided that they will go by car or they will go by train. So at that point, it doesn't necessarily convert them into, I'm actually going to add on that parking spot or breakfast at this stage. But targeting them closer to the date is really successful in order to convert these guests into buying some additional services. The key stars are obviously the people on the floor. In-person upsells, when trained well, when incentivized, has proven between 40 to 60% being more successful in terms of upselling strategies. So again, if you have the tools, if you have that, all working in place, but your staff is not delivering it, we leave a lot of money on the table. And lastly, I think also touched on today, personalization is really important, and this drives up to 3 times more revenue than just more generic upselling ones. So I'm just going to talk you through a case study for one of our hotels in Amsterdam, and just to kind of paint a picture a little bit, this is a 227 bedroom hotel. It has some serviced apartments, it has some suites, some rooms with kitchens. It has 8 room types, including and a restaurant and as well as a fitness center. So over the past 2 years, we've been collecting data, optimizing our upselling strategy for this hotel, and managed to increase our open rate by more than 33% from 2022 to 2024. We increased our click-through rate by 30%. So this is basically people that opened the email but actually also clicked on buying something. Conversion rate was 20.6%. So anyone who works in marketing and email marketing knows that 20.6% of email marketing conversion is an absolute big number, and essentially what it's all about. the money, we have increased our revenues by over 57% in these 2 years. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of insights on what we did in order to achieve this, and basically take you through. So basically, we started at enhancing every step of the guest journey. So we started off with optimizing our website in order to, very early on in the booking process, tell people what do we have on offer in this hotel. So sometimes we forget and we just kind of buy an upselling tool and we add all the offers that we have. But in an exploring phase, it's always good to kind of talk about, hey, we actually do bicycle hire at this hotel. I am talking about an Amsterdam hotel here, so we all love cycling. And yeah, how do you optimize the information you have available on your website, but also in your in-booking process? Then the key one, the pre-arrival email. We tend to send 2 pre-arrival emails to our guests 21 days and 3 days before arrival. Seems to be the best sweet spot in order to convert. We check in, again, we talked about the staff, the personalization, the people delivering the service, making a very personalized approach. During the stay, so optimizing when people are on property already, our guests, how do we deliver it from the staff, but also any signage in the hotel has so much more chance of converting more and more revenue from digital screens, from elevator signs, from in-room tablets to televisions. How do you kind of convert all this into more revenue for hotels? The amount of times that I stay in a hotel and I'm actually interested just to grab some dinner and I have to go on a hunt to find out what they actually serve in the restaurant while I'm in my room. That's just really frustrating. So making this information really available to your guests at any time, at any touch point is really essential in order to convert. And then at departure, like offering a late checkout, yeah, making sure that we offer transfer services and then obviously return guests as well. So in order to kind of start this whole project, we started with connecting all the departments, starting with our front desk and reservations, who are the key first touch points within the hotels. They have indeed initiating the upgrades. They are the people that can, if not both in advance, yeah, get the upsell across the line. We worked with our housekeeping teams in order to prepare for special amenities in the rooms. Our food and beverage, we really flipped it around because I think we all offer breakfast or 3-course dinners or something simple, but we really flipped this around and looked at what do people actually consume in our restaurants, what are people asking for, what are the reviews saying, and ask the restaurant team to actually contribute to this. Is there anything seasonal that we can offer? Is there anything that the guests are looking for, and maybe just kind of mentioning, and they really feed into that strategy on saying, hey, I think we should offer this for next month, or really keeping it very live and kicking rather than your 3-course set menu from a very limited menu. So some partnerships, coordinating with third parties. This is really important, especially for international travelers who are just looking for a place to stay, but they also want to explore the destination. So we work with a lot of partners locally in order to yeah, deliver that service and obviously make an upsell from that. And then where my department comes in is basically the email marketing, the optimization, and tracking how we're doing and how to, yeah, get better every day. So just to kind of give some winning tactics of things that we have, yeah, measures. So I'm just giving you some gold to take away today. So we really looked at some personalized offers. We created exclusive packages with nearby attractions. Really worked with some seasonal offers, so besides the standard Valentine's and Christmas and Easter. We looked at, for this example, people travel to Amsterdam for the tulip season, to go to the tulip fields. What can we do to work together with the Keukenhof, who's actually offering these experiences and really making sure that we upload these offers in the booking window of when people are usually traveling for that. And obviously some discounted upsell prices when booked pre-arrival. I think that's really important. People want to get some extra value for money. If it's £1 or £2 off, it really helps with your conversions in order to kind of say, oh, actually, if I book this now, it will give me a better rate than when I arrive at the reception desk. So big recommendation there. We tried a lot with complementary services as well. So again, like this helps with conversion and open rates. People like to, I think everyone likes to get something for free. And we have tried this with different things. So either to hit our loyalty program goals, to get a table booked in a restaurant, but also for this specific hotel, we were looking to really drive beverage revenue. So what we did in our pre-arrival upselling, we said, book this offer now, you get a free snack or a free bar bite when you order a drink at the bar, and that has to date been the most successful offer to now, and most often, I think about 80% of the time, that's not the only thing that people buy on the upselling platform, so it actually drives some revenue additionally to the bar beverages as well. Enhanced segmentation, again, that's kind of linked to personalized offers as well. So in this hotel, we have a very big extended stay segment as well. People staying here for longer because they have a kitchen in their room, they have the facilities to do so. And it is important to kind of not target them with offers that say, hey, have dinner in the restaurant every day, book your breakfast at this rate. We really looked at what would this person, if they have their fridge and their hob and everything in their room, what can we do to entice them to actually come down and have breakfast? And is it realistic to expect that they come down 7 days a week if they're staying there for 3 months? Probably not. So what can we do that kind of works on something to speak to them? So what we did is we trialed some different packages. We said maybe we can give them a little voucher that kind of entitles them to 10 breakfasts a month. It's already 10 more breakfasts than we did without this offer. So it's just kind of giving them a really good rate to actually come down and experience some of the food and beverage. Personal training in a gym is really important for them. So these kind of enhancing your segmentation to what your guests are looking for is a real winner. And base your segmentation on the rate codes. So making sure that you don't offer people that have already booked breakfast. Don't offer them breakfast again in your pre-arrival upsell. Work on your romantic packages. Don't send them to all your corporate rates. So it really kind of making sure that you segment so well that actually the email that you send out really feels like it's made for the person that receives it. And then test, measure, adjust, and repeat. So basically get your timings right. It's really, really essential. It's for us, it's different for each of the hotels. When the email gets the best conversion rates, and just making sure that you optimize the guest touch points across all your channels. So what we've kind of seen from this particular case study is that we see a big uplift in food and beverage and room upgrades. These are the biggest ones. Other kind of entails anything seasonal. So what I was saying, like the tulip fields or in-room amenities, people ordering a bottle of wine or a welcome package if they're here for extended stay. Sports and recreation, like we didn't expect this so much, but indeed a PT, a segment, personal training for the fitness, or bicycle hire seems to be a fun way for people to go about, and obviously transportation on how to get to and from the hotel. To close off, I just have some final key takeaways. If you forget anything I said, I have some handy key takeaways for you to take home. If you have an upselling tool or you're starting to think about it, focus on these things to kind of optimize as a very first. So guest profile segmentation, whether you have business or leisure, family groups or solo guests, short or extended stay, just make sure that you filter on what the guest has already booked. Your timing strategy, I've mentioned it before, making sure that your pre-arrival emails hit in the right time. Make sure your personalization is done correctly and at the right time at reception, and just making sure that your in-stay offers are personalized to the guests as well. And here it is, AI as well. What will really help with this? Make sure that you have dynamic offers. Most of the tools allow us to really use AI in order to optimize this for us, to get the best performing offers for certain segments right at the top to get people to convert. Make sure that like you behavior based targeting and some automated messages sequences as well. So thank you.